Set among the beauty and grandeur of Venice, Italy, the 14th International Architecture Exhibition entitled Fundamentals, directed by Rem Koolhaas and organized by La Biennale di Venezia, officially opened to the public this past summer. 65 national participants exhibited in the historic pavilions in the Giardini, the Arsenale, and the city of Venice. Rem Koolhaas describes Fundamentals as an exhibition that consists of three main components. Observing Modernity, 1914 to 2014, is the first time the national pavilions are invited to respond to a single theme. Examine key moments from a century of modernization.
Well, the concept of this show is based on an international trade fair. The title of the show is Fair Enough. And basically this is a response to Absorbing Modernity, which is the concept that Rem Koolhaas presented to the national pavilions. Essentially what he explained is that he would hope that each of the national pavilions would kind of respond to his observation that over the last 100 years, architectures that were once nationally specific have become sort of universal and generic, so that the CBD in Moscow looks the same as the CBD in Shanghai or Sao Paulo or Mexico City. So we didn't want to respond to this observation with the content of our show, but instead we decided to respond through the concept. So as I said, the concept is an international trade fair. And for us, the International Trade Fair is the ultimate manifestation of this phenomenon of absorbing modernity, because it's at the International Trade Fair that the products and services and technologies which have allowed a kind of standardized modern architecture to spread around the world are introduced and exchanged. So essentially what we did is we created a kind of replica of a trade show within our pavilion, and then we populated it not with products, but with ideas taken from the last 100 years of Russian modern architecture. And in order to kind of activate it and make sure that our historical exhibition remained relevant for a global audience, we tried to illustrate how the ideas that we were showcasing contained within them ideas that still can be applicable to the problems that architects around the world are confronting today.
The Italian pavilion showcased intesi grafting that introduced an interpretation linked specifically to the Italian context, the observation of a country where every new act of design is compared with a territory, grafting the new one onto a pre-existing reality. The Australian pavilion, entitled Augmented Australia 1914 to 2014, showcases the buildings that could have been.
We've chosen projects to represent the Koolhaas theme of 1914 to 2014 fundamentals. And we've chosen unbuilt projects, however, and sort of aspirational modernist projects to show the direction that maybe Australia could have gone in, you know, could have, should have, would have, what we've missed out on.
But this project was more of a research-based exploration into how various technologies could actually sort of inform the way we look at pieces of architecture.
We've got virtual reality models or augmented models, digital animations and interviews with the architects and the historians, or the architects when they're alive, the contemporary projects. So through an app we've built for it, here you can see triggered up that image, there's the form of the cathedral, and you can check that out.
And we think in the sense of them all being collected here together is a really beautiful way of combining these unbuilt projects, which have had so much kind of time and effort put into them, to bring them all in fact to a sort of simultaneous platform.
Monditalia, located in the Arsenale, brought together for the first time all the other biennales and festivals of dance, music, theater, and film, collaborated with architecture. In a moment of crucial political change, Koolhaas decided to look at Italy as a fundamental country. The Arsenale presents a scan of Italy and presents concerns unique and specific to the host country. The Elements of Architecture is the result of a 2-year research studio that looks under the microscope at the fundamentals of our buildings, used by an architect, anywhere, anytime. The exhibition reveals and reconstructs the global history of each element bringing together ancient, past, current, and future versions of the elements in rooms that are dedicated to a single element. The examination of these master narratives provoke a modernity that is not triggered by one major event or architect, but a collective intrusion to a national identity. The research that has gone into displaying and showcasing the history of architecture now poses the question for future generations. What can we do now, and where do we go from here?